Afternoon, people. Okay, right. Here I am again. Always talking about Smallville. It's what you guys are here for. It's what you love to hear anyway. So, can I just quickly say first of all that the amount of subscribers that I've got just in the last, I don't know, 12 hours rather, it's been overwhelming. I mean, I must have scored up a good 30, somewhere between 30, 40 new subscribers. I mean, I'm lost for words basically, but seriously guys, no, thank you all very much. I must be doing something right, you know, so, but no, I want to talk about why I think Smallville should end at season 10, you know, with everything that we've had up until season 9 finale last night. I don't think we can go much further with Clark becoming Superman, because as I say, you know, from the very beginning, from the pilot episode back in 2001 to where we are now, you know, we have seen Clark, you know, become this young, confused teenager, not knowing who he is, where he's from. Then when he finds out who he is, he kind of is scared. You know, he's really scared of himself, because he thinks to himself, well, hang on, right, so I'm not human, yet I want to be human, but I've got all these abilities, but no idea how these abilities even arrived in the first place. But not only that, as he's growing up, he's developing new abilities, you know. Already he's got his speed, he's got his strength, then suddenly he gets his X-ray vision, super hearing, heat vision, the ability to, you know, super blow and all that sort of stuff. You know, all of these, he's developing these new powers, but because being Smallville, you know, he wants to know how you know what really gives him his power. Then we find out in the episode Perry from season 3 that it is the sun that gives him his powers, because it's that season where the sun goes into some sort of weird transformation of some sort, and it's losing its sort of solar power kind of thing. So that's when Clark is jumping all over the place, you know. One minute he's got his powers, next minute he doesn't. So that confirms that he is powered by the sun. So it you know, as I say, from that moment on, you know, we've seen him develop, and no matter how many times we've wanted him to, like, train, becoming Superman and everything like that, he's always putting it off. He's always putting it off because people have told him things about, like, Jor-El, the wrong things about Jor-El, for example, like Brainiac when he arrived in season 5. But most importantly of all, it's how he realizes that even after all that, after all the trials he's been put through, after all the troubles and tragedies that he's faced, especially with the loss of Jonathan Kent, I mean, that was the biggest blow for him ever. You know, he now realizes what his destiny is, and this even since Dr. Fate told him as well. And that little flash forward that we saw in Salvation, he's put everything together and has now realized, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, but it is time I stepped up. It's time I did face my destiny. This is who I'm meant to be. Then I'm going to do it. And, you know, as I say, he made the ultimate sacrifice in Salvation, knowing what it would mean protecting the planet. But, you know, to make a sacrifice like that, I know I've said it already a few times, but seriously, yeah, he has done, as a few people have said in my review from Salvation, that he has done a full 360-degree turn from last season. You know, he was this, oh, I don't want to kill him kind of person, you know, with Doomsday and Davis Bloom, not realizing that Davis was even still a cold-hearted killer, you know, a cold-blooded killer rather, and realizing that was his mistake, because he allowed the human emotion to take over him to separate Davis from Doomsday, not realizing that Davis would still end up killing Jimmy Olsen. And, you know, that really got him thinking, I can't do this anymore, I'm not human, I've got to put that to one side and take on my Kryptonian heritage and start training. And that's what he does, you know. Season 9, he starts off dons the black jacket, black t-shirt with the white symbol, and you know, saving people. He's doing what we want him to do. He's working at the Daily Planet alongside Lois Lane, you know, his true love and everything. But as I say, you know, with season 9 being the darkest season that we've had, it was Clark's darkest hour in some sense, you know, going up against Zod as well, and the Kandorians, meeting people like Dr. Fate, Hawkman, you know, Stargirl, realising that there's other heroes out there that have existed way before he was born. So it's all about him. So come season 10, he's going to have an even bigger trial. You know, how is he going to survive from that fall with the knife being stabbed in him? What's going to happen? Who's going to save him is the question. Who's going to revive him? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Is Lois still going to pursue after him, knowing that she is now knowing that he is the Blur? You know, is she going to be the one to take care of him? Is she going to be the one to look after him while he's wounded or, you know, dead, kind of thing? And with the introduction of Darkseid coming in, Granny Goodness arriving, Parademons probably also attacking Oliver, it's all set to go. But for me personally, where I want it to end is Clark wearing the suit, flying with the glasses. Well, not flying with the glasses, but also wearing the glasses at some point as well. One thing I want to stress on, and there's going to be a lot of Smallville fans that are not going to agree with me with this, but last night on Twitter there was a big trending event, and everyone was helping out trend Tom Welling is Superman. That made me really sort of disheartened, because for me personally, being the big Superman fan that I am, for me Christopher Reeve is Superman. Okay, he is the Superman. He's the icon for Superman. He is what symbolises Superman. And for people to start saying that Tom Welling is Superman, yes, don't get me wrong, he has played Clark Kent brilliantly throughout the entire series of Smallville so far, but personally I don't think he is. You know, he is not Superman. What we can have him do, wear the suit, fly around, but he can't be called Superman, because that's got to tie in with Superman the movie. Because in Superman the movie, it's from the age of 18 till he's 30. He spends 12 years at the fortress training with Jor-El. Okay, so at the age of 30, he arrives at the Daily Planet. He's working with Lois, and it's when he saves Lois, eventually has the interview with Lois. After the interview, that's when Lois gives him the name Superman. So if you look back at was it season 8, I believe. Yes, it was season 8. Clark says to Lois, when he was the Red Blue Blur, that if anyone is going to, if you know, when I'm ready to reveal myself to the world, you're going to be the first person I come to. You're going to get the exclusive. And you know, she said something like, I don't even know what to call you. She went, and he basically says, well, don't worry. When the time comes, you will know what to call me. If that's not a connection to Superman the movie, people, I don't know what is. So that's where I feel, you know, the whole trending event that was happening last night, yes, great for the Smallville fans that wanted to do it, but for me, being a Superman fan, it just wasn't. Nah, I didn't even get involved with the trending, because that for me just wasn't right at all. So I can only apologise to all my fellow Smallville fans out there, but you know, especially the younger ones in particular. I know you young guys are so into Smallville that for you it's like the first sort of look into Superman mythology, but there's plenty more out there. Seriously, you've got to watch the films. If you can, read the comics, know a bit more about the history, then you'll really understand why certain characters have arrived, why we've seen certain villains, you know, Zod, Lex, Brainiac, Doomsday, Bizarro, potentially Darkseid as well, and you know, they've all arrived. Who knows what's going to happen in season 10? So season 10 should end with that, and maybe they can do a movie, but they can't, because a new Superman movie is being done, which is a reboot. So we'll see. That's all I can say. We will see. So that's it from me. As you know, I'm always excited about Smallville and anything to do with Superman. So wow, brilliant. I'm going to do a special video next Friday. Okay, some of you might know what next Friday is, if you've been if you've known me for quite a while, you'll know. But I'm not going to say anything right now. But come next Friday, you'll know. So, but yeah, seriously, thanks again.